Welcome, everyone. I'm Ken Goldstein. This is Good Men Project Dreams, and we're here with Yuval Selik, who is the founder and CEO of PromoMesh. Yuval, welcome.
Well, thank you.
So tell us about PromoMesh.
PromoMesh is a software as a service, online opportunity for brands who market and promote their product through demos and events. So imagine if you go to Costco, if you go to Whole Foods, somebody hands you over a bar. There's a whole end-to-end process of actually getting them there. So PromoMesh actually will help you. Think of it like Salesforce.com for the demo promotional industry. So hiring, training, record keeping, reporting, analytics, the whole end-to-end solution, that's what we do.
So this is another big idea. We get big ideas here. Where did you get your big idea?
It actually stemmed from personal experience.
Yeah?
So we have another company.
Another company. Let me guess. You're a serial entrepreneurial.
Serial entrepreneur, yeah.
What's the other company?
The other company is actually a 100% natural, certified organic French luxury skincare line.
Yeah.
We started that line about 9 years ago, and I was in charge of promoting the line or creating the program to do demos and events at the stores. We got into a national rollout of Whole Foods, and we were doing 300 demos a month. And I was doing it, I was hiring people, training them all over the country, and I was doing it in Excel, Google Docs, and really pulling my hair out.
Basically just
bit left, but that's about
analog.
It's analog, yeah.
Yeah, spreadsheets.
Yeah, spreadsheets, it's a horse and buggy.
And so what happened?
Yeah. So then one day, my chief operating officer kept on coming into my office and saying, why are you doing 300 demos and where are you doing these demos and what's your return on investment? And I was like, well, we need to do them. Why? I don't know, we need to do them. So little by little, she was wearing me down. And then finally, I'm driving one day, and I'll never forget this. It just popped in my...
The idea, just like inspiration.
Inspiration just came by, and I said, wait a second. Salesforce, technology, software as a service, wait a second, no Excel, let's put it all together in an end-to-end solution. And I called my wife and I said, honey, there's something.
We got to do this.
We got to do this. Yeah.
So a problem in the first business led to a second business.
Correct.
And that was it, right? Just solved itself and off you went.
Yeah, it's all solved.
Yeah. No challenges, no problems at all. It wasn't that easy, was it?
No, it wasn't that easy. I'm just joking. It was a long road. Initially, it took about 2 to 3 years to conceptualize it, find a partner, lose a partner, find a developer, lose a developer, another partner, and lose that. And it's just that resilience that you were talking about, right? You have an idea, you have a goal, you have a passion, you want to go towards that. And there are going to be obstacles in your way. There are going to be doors that shut. There's no question about it. It happens in life and it happens in business. So flowing through that, ultimately, without giving up, I found my partner and we found an amazing team. I mean, I couldn't be more excited about, because it's not just, having a business, it's not just the idea. The idea is is actually the least important.
The least important?
The least important.
Wow.
Because everybody's got an idea.
Yeah.
Right? So the idea is probably least important. The execution is right up there as high, but luck is also, right up there as well.
Luck.
Correct.
So
and you can call it luck by working harder than everybody else. When they said, I work really hard and I find I have more luck when I work really hard.
Yeah.
But there is something to having flow.
It's timing, right?
Timing.
You can't be ahead of the market. You can't be behind the market.
You try to time it as best as you can. I mean, execution is key too. I mean, you got to execute. I always said, or at least one of my mentors said, if you have a great idea, take your business, people are very scared of talking about their idea or giving their idea away because they think someone's going to steal it from them, right? So my mentor said, well, take your business plan, go to your nearest competitor, put it on their desk, and tell them everything else about your business, all the secret sauces.
Just give the business plan away.
The whole thing. The chances are nothing's going to happen.
You'd have to be pretty courageous to do that.
I mean, I've seen it before. It's to start a business, to execute, to get the team, to get it right, is not an easy job.
So how hard is that as you're sort of building the team and adding people? Is it, you got to find the right person with the right skills? I mean, they have to plug into the team. I mean, what's the challenge there?
I think the challenge with any team is finding passion, right? I mean, skill sets are skill sets. You can go to Upwork, you can get a bunch of people who can do whatever you need them to do. To find a team that's passionate, that believes in you, follows you, and is able to group together and unify and work well together, that's really, really difficult. And I think that's one of the big big problems that entrepreneurs face, is that they find people that might be able to do certain things, but they're disconnected. They have other responsibilities. They don't really put in everything, their whole soul, into the company. And team is so, so, so important.
You have a big dream for this company. What's the big dream? Doesn't sound like it's about money. I mean, I know money's in there somewhere.
No, it is. I mean, money is always money is a wonderful tool, and it allows you to do multiple things, and it just depends on what you want to do. It allows you freedom. It allows you to build. It allows you to create or change lives, right? So the big dream here is to change people's lives for the better, and a lot of entrepreneurs say that. But it is true. There is, when you're a passionate entrepreneur, when you want to move forward, when you want to do something great, it usually involves making other people's lives better. And I hope that this company grows to a point where it will allow us to do other things that will allow other industries and other social experiments to be able to improve more and more and more lives, almost like a web. So that's the goal.
What was the toughest challenge in holding that culture together and building this company? What was the toughest challenge you faced?
You're trying to figure out what it is that you want to see, not now, but when you have a team of 100. Because what happens is you can start with a culture now, and it's sort of wobbly, but it still works. You know, my dad always said, when he was making me fix the house all my life, but he basically said, when, you know, if you're putting a tile floor up, and you have a little bit of an, you know, difference in, you know, so it's not parallel, it might not show here, but at the end of the room, you're going to have a big gap. And it's the same thing with culture. Initially, you can get away with culture that's not perfect. When your team grows into 100, 1,000, or more, it's going to be destroyed if it's not really, really solid. And you really have to figure out who you are as a person, because every company is different. Who you are as a person and how you want the company to look like later on.
What does PromoMesh look like in 10 years?
Well, I hope it's as big as Salesforce and Google and Microsoft, but it would be nice, and it is a possibility. You never know. But I'd like to have a great team of people doing great service, and no matter what size it is, it could be smaller, it could be larger, still making a difference and innovating and marketing the product.
Is there another company after this one?
Oh, there'll be plenty of companies.
Oh, there'll be plenty of companies. This is just the beginning.
It's just the beginning.
I have a couple questions from the audience. We take them? Where do you recruit passionate team members and developers?
Here, no.
That's true, right?
It is true.
Yeah, I mean, in groups like this, I mean, networking, this is what real networking is like.
Networking is huge. You know, I found my business partner through networking, right? My wife was trying to, you know, get skincare into his wife's hands, and all of a sudden we started talking, and networking happened. So networking is one part of it. You can go to Upwork, .com, and there are very, very talented people all over the world. And so, again, that's luck, a little bit of luck, but also finding the right people, interviewing them, and getting them enrolled. You got to get them enrolled.
What are some of the misconceptions of networking?
some of the misconceptions, at least one of them for me was, you network and everything's going to work out and someone's going to call you back right away.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
They don't call you right back?
They don't call you right back, and it takes a long time to build and cultivate that relationship. You might meet someone, we just met someone the other day, who loves what we do and passionate about it. When they call,
Yeah.
how many times we have to email them
Yeah.
is a different story. You just don't know.
It's that balance between patience and urgency, right?
Correct.
Yeah, finding it.
That is true.
Oh, this is a good one. Is there anything you're afraid of?
I don't think afraid is the right term, at least for my personality. I don't look at outside events as what would make me happy, sad, or emotionally change my emotions. I look at everything from the outside as a challenge. I look at it as, can we bring some good minds together to fix this if there is a problem? If there isn't a problem, can we make it better? Being afraid, for me, holds me back. It forces you to contract. And creation happens when you expand. And so I personally really try very hard to always look at life in an expansive way rather than a contractual way.
Wow. Got one more for me? Company culture. How do you balance original, divergent thinking with clear direction?
Again, it goes back to your personality and how you want your company to be. Steve Jobs had his vision, right? And that's very different than Bill Gates' vision, right? So it's hard to pinpoint a culture because it really is based on the management or the leaders of the company to start putting that culture forward. But then it also is from the bottom up, because it can't just always be from the top down. Eventually, people that you start working with will start incorporating their own wants and needs into the company. And so it's a delicate balance between the two that will drive your culture forward. And it's a difficult question to pinpoint. It's really more an individual basis for an individual company and how you want to see your company succeed.
Delicate balance.
Yes.
What's the one thing that everybody here in our audience today needs to know about being an entrepreneur that they don't know, and everyone who's watching you needs to know about being an entrepreneur that they don't know?
I think my message to entrepreneurs, and I get asked this all the time, is don't be scared, but don't be foolish, right? So don't be scared to start something that you love, that you're passionate about, that you want to do to make other people's lives or your own life better. Whether it's a bakery or whether it's a Google, it doesn't really matter. Go for it. But don't be foolish to think that it's an easy road, because no matter what you're doing in life, whether it's a personal or business, you will have challenges and you'll have wins. You're going to have both. But I always go back to Steve Jobs. He said, if you're an entrepreneur, you better love what you do. Because if you don't love what you do, you have to be absolutely insane to start, a company.
You're walking the walk, my friend. You love what you do.
I do.
Thank you so much. Yuval Selik from Omesh. You're terrific. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.